Summer camp is ending this week, and when reflecting with our children on how the summer went for them, many times they will give good ratings for counselors who speak to them the way they need to be spoken to. They understand their personalities and their unique nefesh, their unique souls. And they listen when they need to listen. They know how to deal with them in a sensitive way. This idea of not just giving, but giving in a sensitive and thoughtful manner, that's at the heart of a mitzvah in our Parsha, a well-known mitzvah of giving, the mitzvah of Tzedakah. The mitzvah of Tzedakah has two mitzvahs in our Parsha. One is often overlooked. The first one that's overlooked is it's expressed in the negative. It says, Lo te'ametz et levavcha v'lo tikpotz et yadecha. This is chapter 15, verse 7. And there it says what we shouldn't do. We shouldn't close our hearts or our fists. The next verse talks about Ki fatach tiftach et yadcha lo. Open your hand toward the person who is destitute, who's in need, instead of closing it. So those are the two mitzvot, and listed separately in the Sefer Chinuch. The question is, why do we need two? So the commentators often offer that the first verse is about your attitude. It's about not being stingy. Instead, you should have a generous heart. Don't close your heart. Don't close your hand. Be generous. The second verse talks in practice what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to give, and you're supposed to open your hand over and over again based on that intention or that inner state from the previous verse. Inner state, being generous, and in actuality, in practice, giving, and giving more and more if you need to. Patach tiftach. That's how those two verses are explained. In Shalom Rav by Shalom Rosner, he brings a really beautiful commentary by the Gra, which moves the discussion from internal states to one's external actions. He says, the verse that says, do not close your hand, is coming to say that we should not give in a very generic manner. When you close your hand, all your fingers are on the same axis. When you open your hand, the fingers are different lengths. You have a shorter one, a longer one, a shorter one. And this comes to symbolize we shouldn't give with a closed fist where everything's equal. We should give when we extend our fingers, extend our hands to others. It should be in different ways. One child needs a little, one child needs a lot. Some children need us to be quiet. Some children need us to be forceful. And this is what the verse is telling us. When we give to others, we should do it in a sensitive and thoughtful way, taking in consideration what each children's needs are, like my children's counselors that they like at camp. This will enable us to get high ratings with our children, with our loved ones, with our friends, and with Hashem.